Hey everyone, it's Coach Mo Faul. How are you? I've got just a tiny little bit of clutter in my office today. I'm stressing out. I like a Superman bag. That was a gift bag. I got a moving box behind me because that's what's going on. TV I had to take down. I've got stuff going on, and the stress is mounting. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Motivational Monday. I am Coach Mo, your kick-ass, bring your soul to work, land your dream job coach, and I'm here to talk about stress. Well, here's the thing. Stress is one of those things that everyone tries to get a handle on. I have some really, really unique ways for you to understand stress and to deal with stress. In other words, to minimize its impact. If you are a follower of my work, you know that I often go to science because science is something that can be a nice platform and benchmark for us to understand the things that are phenomenon. And stress tends to be a phenomenon for many individuals, a phenomenon that we wish we could control. And the more we try to control stress, the more stress we have because we're like, and when we grip with our hands trying to control things, it gets worse. So I'm going to teach you a few things about stress and about how to manage it and how to have it not take over, not run the show. So here's the thing. You are going to always have stress. Always. You're going to have the stress of your makeup not quite being right. You're going to have the stress of your hair not being right. You're going to have the stress of needing to clear your throat while you're giving a presentation. You're going to have the stress of normal life whipping by and through and having you deal with it. Here's the major thing we know about stress. It is the difference between your expectations and reality. So if you expect something different than what is going on in your reality, you need to do one of two things, either change your expectations or change your reality. Now, Mo, how can I change my reality? I'm moving. I've got stuff going on. I've got a boss who is relentless. How do I change that? Well, you change reality by changing your perception of reality. And that's a big thing to do. It's a big winning strategy. But before we get into exactly how to do that and why it's super important, I want to talk about stress. If you're following me, follow my work, you know that when we talk about stress, there's a physiological component. The body is doing stuff. And one of the ways that we manage the stress of that is to manage the body doing the thing that it wants to do or that starts going on when we feel stress. And that's what some people might call managing your emotions. So I don't want you to manage your emotions as much as I want you to manage your body. So the thing about stress is it causes our bodies to have reactions and feelings based on our personal preferences. So if you have a preference for things being organized and things aren't organized, through the filter of your personal preference, you're going to get stressed out over it. If you have a personal preference for blue and all the options are red, you're going to get upset about it. So your personal preferences dictate how you perceive reality, and your expectations of what you thought are going to come into play on that. And if there's a big old gap between those two things, you're going to feel stress. And what happens when you feel stress is that inner middle of the brain piece called the amygdala starts to send out warning shots to the rest of the brain and to the entire hormonal chemistry system of your body. Warning, we're under danger. Danger alert. It's only red, not blue. I mean, that's what happens. It's kind of silly when you boil it down to something like that. But that's what happens. The amygdala starts firing out warning shots all through your body so that the fire alarm system of your stress system starts kicking into gear to help you fight the foe, run away from the foe, or to like freeze so they don't see that you're around, and maybe they won't notice and they'll just go by me. Those are the three stress mechanisms: fight, flight, or freeze. And as our body physiology is shifting into those options, all sorts of things are happening to the body. And I'm going to tell you what, the primary thing that happens to the body, not only do we have adrenaline and cortisol raging now through our body, shutting down organ systems, shutting down over half of the brain, we also have a dry mouth. We have sweat production, increased heart rate and blood pressure. We're like ready to run. But you can't run away from your boss. You can't run away from the stresses of life, typically. So the primitive brain and that amygdala is gearing us up for running away from danger in the open field. And that's not what life typically is these days. So that chemical waterfall of all of these things that are happening has to be controlled. And we control that through our breath work. And what happens is that all of a sudden, all of your body starts to feel stressed out. You start freaking out in your brain. And if you're ready to make a decision, you're going to make a bad decision. All fear brain decisions are bad decisions. Let's just put it in that category. If you're making a decision out of fear, danger, it's likely a bad decision. I know, that's just the way it goes because your brain isn't fully optimized. So would you make a decision on something that's not really 100% working? You want to have it be 100% working before you use it to its capacity. It's like knowing that your car's 2 tires out of the 4, the tires need to be replaced, and you're going to drive cross country anyway. Like, you know you're going to have a problem. So you're setting yourself up for further disaster. Don't do it. You don't want to be making big decisions under fear brain or danger brain, but if you walk into a meeting after being stressed out, you're possibly going to say things and have decisions that you're not optimized for. So how do you control your physiology? Breath, but not this kind of breath. The breath work that you must do entails your diaphragm, that muscle that runs between your belly and your chest wall. It's like right underneath where your bra is. There's a muscle there, and it separates your intestinal part of your body from your thoracic cavity where your lungs and heart are. That muscle basically is like, it's like a rounded shape like this. And when the lungs expand, when you breathe in, it goes down to expand the chest cavity from the inside. And in doing so, it's compressing the intestines. And when it compresses the intestines, pushes them down, your belly goes out. So a good belly breath means that your intestines are coming out. I know, it's stressful in and of itself. So belly breath engages the diaphragm. And let's do an inhale, hands on belly, breath out. I mean, belly out, breath in. It's in reverse. Breath in means that you're pushing your belly out. And then when you release, your belly goes back to normal. Breath in and out. Get that diaphragm going in and out. And just to teach you another trick, let's do a breath of 3-part breath of 4 each. Inhale to 4, hold for 4, exhale for 4. Let's just do this. Bear with me. Stick with me, and you'll have control over your body. And inhale to 4, hold for 4, 3, 2, 1, and then exhale to 4 slowly. And again, in 3, 2, 1. I can't count and inhale. And then hold 3, 2, 1, and exhale. Okay, one more time. Inhale 4 and hold. And exhale 4. When you're actually doing a 3-part breath of the count of 4, you're pushing down the diaphragm to 4. It's holding its place. And then you're holding the breath for 4. So it's actually down, push down for 8. It's turned on. The diaphragm goes, oh, this is what you want me to do? Okay. And then you exhale it back up to 4. And then in, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Back, exhale, 2, 3, 4. It's a beautiful thing. If you do that 4 or 5 times in a row, you've absolutely engaged your diaphragm. Now, Mo, why is the diaphragm so important in all of this? It's just breathing. First of all, breath is the invisible life force that comes through the visible physical body. So it's a manifestation thing as well. It's invisible, unseen, into the seen. That's number 1, energetically. Number 2, your diaphragm has a nerve going up through it, up into the neck, into the brain. It's the 10th cranial nerve. You want to get, like, I don't know, trivial points or whatever on anatomy and physiology, Alex, for 1,000. The vagus nerve travels from the diaphragm up into the brain, and it's the 10th cranial nerve. Cranial nerves are the big nerves that go directly from the brain into places in the body versus through the spine. All the other nerve systems go through the spinal cord. The cranial nerves go places independent of the spine. So they're a big deal. They're like vice presidents of the organization. So those vice presidents have a lot of say. That vagus nerve that goes from your diaphragm up into your brain tells the brain, it's okay to relax. How about some serotonin? How about some dopamine? How about some good feeling chemicals? So when your diaphragm is being used for active, slow, beautiful, open breaths, it's the body's signal to the brain that it's okay to relax. Not like this relax, but relax for optimization of your brain, your blood cells, your blood vessels, your digestive system, your breathing, your heart rate comes down. Everything comes down and your brain opens up. Because when you're in the relaxation response, your brain goes, okay, we can work optimally. We can send blood and energy to the brain so that the problem solving, the creativity, the right and left hemispheres can talk to each other through the hippocampus. All sorts, like the computer gets rebooted and turned back on. When you're under the stress mechanism, it's like your computer is like spinning. It's not working. And did you ever do something stupid when you're under stress? Yeah, because the brain is not optimized. So you need to do breath work to optimize your brain and reduce the chemical warfare coursing through your body. This is how to deal with stress once it hits. Breath work. Manage your physiology. Now, you may have just gone through intense emotions and feelings. I want you to feel that stuff. Feel it through your body. Let it happen. Because if you don't, you're going to repress it or project it, more than likely. Express it, project it, repress it. Those are your 3 options when you have a feeling. Express doesn't mean you have to yell at someone. It just means you let it happen. Project, you're an idiot. That's da-da-da. How dare you cut me off? How dare this happen? I can't believe you, boss. You're such a jerk. When you project your feelings onto someone else, you've just created more damage for yourself. And when you repress them, I'm not supposed to feel unhappy. I'm not supposed to feel this. I'm going to repress it. You've now solidified it as a place in your energy body, and it's hanging out there. Guess what it wants to do? It wants to be seen. It wants to be expressed. So what's going to happen when you have a repressed emotion? You're going to project it, and you're going to create an attractor pattern for it, and there will be people in your life that trigger that feeling. And you're going to be like, why do people disrespect me? Why do people talk negatively to me? More than likely because you have a repressed emotion that is an attractor pattern for how they are. So they don't even know it, but they're reacting to your subconscious energy pattern. We're all in this great big unified field together, and we're all picking up and receiving, transmitting and receiving energy every single multi-millisecond of life. We are transmitting and receiving all the time, all the time, all the time. So if you feel crappy inside because you've held a shame feeling inside, you're going to have a trigger. And there's people who are going to shame you and guilt you. Not that they're shaming you and guilting you, but they're interacting with you and it's energizing a repressed emotion. So that's how things go wrong and go bad, because then we have this stress response after we get that from someone else. And it's really a signal to us that we have something to take care of. So if you don't take care of that, you're going to be under further stress. Now, here's the thing. You may be creating emotional consequences because your expectations and what you believe are out of whack. If you think that it should be sunny every single day, and it's not, you have a choice as to the meaning of that discrepancy. So you could say, you know what? I can't believe that the weather is doing this to me. I can't believe the weather is not being sunny every single day. And I can't believe it's doing that to me. I just can't believe it. I can't believe it's doing this to me. Meanwhile, it has nothing to do with you. It's a random part of how the universe works. So you could choose to add meaning to not having sunny days and put yourself under intense pressure, put yourself under amazing shame and guilt and feelings of unworthiness, like just intense. And what's going to happen is you are committed. If you commit to that reality, then every time it happens, you're going to file that back into that bank of repressed feeling. And it's going to be bam, bam, bam. You see, no one in the universe likes me because there's not every day is sunny. I can't believe the universe is doing this to me. And when you start to have when they do things to you, victim, 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 victim. When you're in victim mode, guess how you're treated by others? Go ahead, put it in the comments below. I want to see if you're paying attention to this. How you feel about yourself is, come on, you know it's true. It's how people are going to treat you. Really, Mo? Yeah. Have you noticed that people who feel awesome typically get treated awesomely? And people who don't feel awesome typically are getting treated kind of not awesomely. And the linear brain, which is not that smart, wants to attach the other person's personality to it and say, well, it's because the other person. That other person just doesn't know how to treat people. That may be true, but why did that happen to you? So I would like you, it cannot be sunny every day, find positive in the clouds. Absolutely, Paula. I just use it as a metaphor, obviously, to explain what it's really like to have a different expectation and a different reality and attach meaning to it, and why that causes people to get so whacked out of balance and stress. When your expectations of what should happen don't match reality as how you believe it should be, when you have that mismatch, you're going to be under stress. And the physiology and the shame, the guilt, the anger, the insecurity, the worry, the unworthiness, the fear, the depression, the despair, the powerlessness, all get stacked on top of it. And then you have one big freaking attractor pattern for more of that, for people to treat you in more fear, despair, depression. All of that comes back to you because you have that in you. If you get this, if you totally take responsibility for this, you will realize that the only way to handle yourself and life is to work on your consciousness, to work on how you feel about yourself, to work on how you process your emotions. Because when you take an emotional response and you turn it inward and repress it, and you don't allow yourself to express it, you're going to project it, and it's going to be projected on you. It's the universal law. I'm not making this up. It's truth. It's the way it's put together. And it's all for you. When you get something in your life that you don't like, it's for you. It's a lesson. Hey, Mo, listen, you got to take care of what's inside of you because this is happening out here. Woo! Okay. Wow. And in order to handle stress that way, you need to know how to manage your physiology because the brain, that victim brain, will kick in because danger mode takes over and primary, primitive, base physiology of how your brain is made up is going to take over and it will run the show in reactionary mode as long as you allow it. Do not allow your brain and your body to be in charge of you. Don't do it. That's how you get into trouble with your career, with relationships, with decisions on money, cars, homes, moving, whatever the case may be. If you are not in charge, if your primitive brain is running the show because you've got fear and danger in the front seat driving, fear, danger, oh my God, no, we're going to turn over here. I'm going to quit my job. I'm going to yell at my boss. Don't let the primitive brain drive. So many human beings are walking around the planet doing that. And here's the thing. The TV shows you watch, the news that you watch, the news feed is all full of stuff to help energize the crap that's in there. So when you clear yourself up, guess what happens? Your news feed gets better. When you stop watching the news, because it doesn't really matter what's happening in the news, it really doesn't. It's going to happen regardless. All you have to do is clean up your consciousness. And then the news will get better. And you'll see the world differently. And all of a sudden, you'll be able to step into your power and attract the people, places, things, experiences that are awesome. Because that's what happens. You get awesomeness when you feel awesome. And when you expect the world to be awesome, that's what you get. But if you're grinding away at the silent story of how pitiful you are and how shame-ridden and guilt-ridden you are, and if you allow that to be the spiral of your energy, you're done. You're done. You're stressed out. Your body is going to be wearing and tearing. It's no way to live. Us human beings are put on this planet for expansion and joy and love and clarity and feeling happy and in the flow. When you're not in the flow, you've got to pay attention to you. If you're in a work environment or you're in a relationship that isn't feeling right for you, you've got to fix you. You have got to take care of business by taking responsibility. Don't let those gremlins be in the driver's seat and take charge and run the show. They will. They are relentless. They are seductive. They are convincing. And it's so easy to listen to them because it's easy to blame other people. It's so easy. It's so easy to buy into, I'm just stressed out, and that's what life is, and life sucks, and you're supposed to enjoy your work anyway. And everything is stressful and everything is this. No. Manage yourself. So, recapping, stress. I should put some of this stuff up here. You guys are having a great time. We get what we put out every time. That's right, Lisa, every time. Stop attaching meaning to stuff. Exactly. So like if someone is like crappy at work, do you have to say, oh, how come they don't like me? Oh, how come this and that? No, they're just having a day. If you let them be and you don't attach meaning to it, did I do something wrong? Don't be such a narcissist. It's their journey and their thing. How dare you think that there's something that you did that caused them to be that way? If you attach yourself to it, if you attach meaning and personalize it, you're just bringing that thread right back in and you're just creating a crap fest in there, and that's just going to bring more crap fest your way. Yes, indeed. One crap fest interpretation increases your chances of having your own next crap fest by like 1,000,000%. Don't invite it in. When you invite it in, you are increasing your attractor pattern for more of the same. So if you invite in generosity and happiness, guess what? You're inviting more of the same. So invite that in, because isn't that what you want more of? Generosity and happiness? So invite generosity and happiness in. You're gonna create meanings of things. You are. That's the way it goes. So create meanings for things that feel good, are aligned with who you want to be, and that move you forward in life. Because that's your choice. You have a choice to be stressed out, or you have a choice to be running the show and handling things how you want them to be handled. Your standards, your expectations, your joy, your activities, your experiences. If someone says, hey, wouldn't it be fun to go on a picnic in the woods, and you don't want that, don't say, yay, it would be fun to go on a picnic in the woods and resent it, because you're going to have a crappy time and you're probably going to invite some type of drama or conflict or chaos because you have just gotten out of integrity. Well, Mo, does that mean that if I don't want to do something with a friend and they really want me to do it, I shouldn't do it? No, if you feel compelled to do it because you want to be with your friend or do something with your friend, then get right with it. Don't go in with resentment. That's just like going in with bad energy and just, it's like inviting a gremlin fest. It's like, why would you do that? Because your ego wants to be right. I don't really want to go, but I'm going to go because I'm a good friend and I'll show her that I'm a better friend than she is. And all kinds of stuff starts to happen. Like, don't do that. It's a bad habit. It's an ego-driven, narcissistic thing that you've just maybe created a habit of. And don't think that you're not, because when you start making decisions based on fear and danger, you're being very self-centered, because the self is only protecting itself in fear and danger mode. It can't help it. So you got to get out of fear danger mode by doing the breath exercises. And you've got to start reimagining the expectations and the meaning that you attach. Now, I'm not saying that you can't or shouldn't have great expectations and high standards and want joy and happiness and to be working with great people with great companies and making a great paycheck. Go for it. Have those expectations and keep having the desire in alignment to move in that direction. But when things don't go in that direction, just go, oh, that didn't work. So I think I'll fine tune it and do this instead. Oh, that didn't work. I think I'll get better aligned and be in my power and tell myself a different story. See if that works. Oh, that didn't work. My granddaughter, God bless her, she's about the cutest thing ever. No, my granddaughter was cuter than your granddaughter. My son got her on a little video at the Costco store, and she was running over to the green bean bin, and she grabbed a sack of green beans, hugging it to her chest, running to the grocery cart where my son was, and he was filming her. And she runs over, and he says, here's the cart. So she puts the green beans up toward the cart to get them in, and the first attempt they fell down. She didn't get it in. Now at 2 years and 2 months, you don't go, I can't believe I didn't do that. What's wrong with me? Guess what she did? She picked him up and she did it again, and she got it the second time. But there was no meaning attached to it. It's just what it was. She didn't get the green beans in the shopping cart the first time. So she bent over and did it again. And then she got him in there. And then she went running to get more, because that was a whole lot of fun. That was so much fun for her. It's like, yay, I'm going to go get some more green beans. This is a lot of fun. And then as she ran back to get more green beans, there was a fan that she ran across. And then that was fun. And she was like, oh, that was fun. And she wasn't sure if it was totally fun or if it was not. And then she ran past it again and started giggling. And it was the best thing ever, because she's interpreting things just as fun and joy, and she's being free and open. So much we can learn from a 2-year-old. Oh my gosh, it's so great. So go run towards your green beans, and if you hit a fan that blows your hair back, stand there another minute or two and enjoy all that. Enjoy the fun of the air rushing past you, and create a positive story about how much fun that is and how great it is to try to do something and then to miss and then to do it again and get it right. And do not create a false meaning of you being bad because of it. Create for yourself an empowering journey where you're able to take the things that don't work out and move them forward for yourself toward what you do want. You do not have to attach meaning, ever. But we do because we're human beings. So attach meaning that feels good. Attach that meaning. Or you could be neutral about every experience in your life and just move toward the stuff that you like. Laughter is good medicine for the soul, Debbie Grant. The fine tuning never ends, just saying LOL. Joanne, you are so right. The fine tuning doesn't end. And when it does end, the whole thing is ended. So our ability to keep fine tuning, fine tuning, fine tuning, fine tuning is the fun of life. It's the juice. Squeeze it out. It's the cool stuff of what we're made of. And it's the lessons that we need to keep clearing who we are and what's going on inside of us. So for a minute right now, actually maybe a little bit longer than a minute, so I'm going to go silent here. I want you to think of something that may have stressed you out or frustrated you over the last couple of days. Go ahead and think about something. It's probably not going to be pleasant, but just think about something that like just stressed you out. That you're like, can't believe that happened again, or I can't believe this happened to me, or I can't believe that person still, Think about something for a minute. Think about that feeling. Go ahead, think about it. Taking some breaths with my diaphragm. Deep breaths, so I'm getting a little bit of accessory muscles going on. Think about that feeling of what it felt like and where it is in your body. Go ahead and figure out where that is. Go ahead. Focus on it. Present moment awareness. Where do you feel that feeling? Where do you feel that frustration or anger, revenge, hate? I don't know. Where do you feel that feeling? You feel it in your belly, heart, sometimes in the shoulders, neck? There's a reason why we say pain in the neck, isn't there? Where do you feel the feeling of that frustrating people, person, place, or thing that you've encountered over the last couple of days? Just feel it in your body, please. Isolate it for yourself. Because expressing it means feeling it. It doesn't mean blah. It means feel it. Give yourself the freedom to allow yourself to feel. Okay, Tanya says in her jaw, feel it. Get familiar with it. Oh gosh, that's so, oh my God, that hurts so much. Oh, that stress in the jaw. Jeez. Focus on it, focus on it, focus on it, focus on it. Wherever it is, focus on it. Really focus on it. Really give yourself the attention of where that is. Go ahead. Feel it. Feel it. Feel it. Jaw. Debbie says head and neck. Feel it. Let it move through you. In my mouth, which is where I expressed it. Ooh. So, Joanne, you may want to just like open your mouth and just feel it. Veronica, feel it in your head and neck. Just feel it. You are big enough to feel these feelings, and they will not overcome you, take you over, or kill you. They will not if you let them be felt. If you don't let them be felt, they could kill you, honestly. Internal anger, rage is turned toward the heart. Heart attacks, heart problems. Not good. Feelings of unworthiness, repressed, held in, poison, poison, poison. Feel the feelings in your body and allow your body to feel it and allow that feeling to move through you. So, so not only recognize the feelings, Debbie Grant, feel them. Feel them. Not just recognize. Recognize is here. Literally feel the feelings. Allow that to move through you. Allow yourself to have the luxury of the time to feel the feeling moving through you. And then you realize that you can handle that feeling. And then there may be some others that are in that symphony that want to come through as well. Allow that. And if that cascade opens up a door that you need to journal, cry, write, snotty nosed, all of that, let that come through. Give it some time. Give it some time for the feeling to move through you. And it'll pass. It will. Usually it's about 5 minutes. If you truly give this space and time, it's usually about 5 minutes and then it passes through. And when you give yourself permission to do that and when you get practiced at it, you realize that you can do that with every feeling. Just feel it. Let it be felt. Give it time, space. Yeah, just let it be felt. It's okay. You're gonna manage. You're gonna get through that. You're gonna survive the feeling. You will. So allow yourself that perfect, beautiful sensation of what this is trying to. It's better to feel the feeling instead of fighting it. Absolutely, because when we fight it, well, we don't really fight it. We actually usually repress it, and those repressed feelings are an attractor pattern that are going to come back and bite you over and 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 cause stress response, which means you're going to make stupid mistakes, make bad decisions, and it's going to be all because you didn't allow a feeling. It's simple as that. So when we are stressed out, we have to just feel the feeling. Ah! Bah! And don't do blah and then go, okay, feel it somewhere. Pay attention. Where is it? Jaw, head, neck, heart, belly, hip, knees. Oh, I'm holding my knees tight. Oh, gosh. Oh, ooh. Every body part is a message to you. So just allow yourself to feel the feelings for today's Motivational Monday. For the stress response, I want you to learn how to control your physiology through breath work, count of 4, 3-part breath. And then to manage this ongoing, creating different expectation and meanings. And again, you don't have to create meaning on really much. You can be very neutral. But human beings are meaning-making machines, as Tony Robbins says. All we want to do all day long is create meaning. What does this mean? What does this mean? What does that mean? What does this mean? What does that mean? And why do we do that? Because human beings want certainty. It's one of the dominant things that we seek out. We seek out certainty. Because then our fear brain can relax and go, okay, that's what's going to happen. All right, okay. Whew, okay, as long as we're certain about that. And when we don't know, we create a story and we create meaning. So is your meaning that you're attaching to things empowering or disempowering? If you're in a bunch of challenges or struggles, I invite you to think about the fact that you're in training for a big life. You're in training for such a great life. That's why you're in a challenge right now, because you're going to have this freaking rock and roll life. And if you don't learn this lesson, it's not possible for you to advance to the next league. If you don't pass the NBA quarterfinals, you're not going to get to the semifinals. And if you don't pass the semifinals, you're not going to get to the finals. And if you win in the finals, you get the ultimate championship. But you've got to prove yourself at every level. It's how the universe is built also. It's the reason why sports are such a big thing for people. Because subconsciously, it's what's going on in our energetic world. Subconsciously, sports are playing out the game of life. So allow yourself that time and space to feel the feeling. Learn how to control your physiology through breath work and moving that vagus nerve and the diaphragm so that you can change your chemistry on demand. And also watch how you're crafting the meaning statements and the belief systems that you have, because that's going to dictate how you feel about circumstances. And when you get to the point of being independent of the external world and you're just doing you, then you know you've gotten freedom. Freedom from stress, because you're just doing you. And when you allow those feelings to move through and inform you and you pay attention, what is this saying? How should I open up to this? What's this giving to me? Not telling me, what's this giving to me? And when you yield to that, the journey is so much sweeter. If your life or career is not working out for you and you need help, what's the best way to do that? You book a clarity call. A lot of these beautiful, lovely ladies who've been hanging out with me on Motivational Monday have been through clarity call and my workshop. And we change lives in my 12-week kick-ass workshop. We change lives. You got to be ready to have an awesome life if that's what you want to do. But we can help you sort it out in a clarity call. Book that at mofaul.com/live clarity call. We've got beautiful career breakthrough strategists helping our ladies work through their career issues and sort it through. And if we can help you, if we think we can lift you to the next level based on what's going on, we may invite you into our workshop to work with other beautiful, awesome professional women as they are redesigning themselves and their careers, lifting them into $20,000 to $50,000 leaps. Some leaps are zero job to a great job. Some are zero job to a wonderful dream job. We just had a woman last week start training on her dream job, that she went from zero job to her dream job. And did she have to sort stuff out and get her alignment right and pull her energy and her soul back up to life so that she could feel awesome to attract that beautiful opportunity? Yes, she did. Was it scary for her? Absolutely. Did she tell me that she doesn't know how to meditate and she doesn't believe in meditation? Yes, she did. Did I say, okay, we'll just do breath work at first? And then all of a sudden meditation became a big part of her world. And she became a master at controlling her physiology, and she started getting it. And then she moved into her dream career. It's a beautiful thing. And if that's you, if you're not where you want to be in your career, give us a call. mofaul.com/live clarity call. And we'd be happy to get you going, sort it out, check it out. If my kick-ass workshop is the right thing, we'll talk about that, and then we'll change your life for you. Okay? Sound like a plan? Sounds good. Hundreds of women have turned their lives around and up through the work that we do, and we're delighted, humbled, and overjoyed when we see the beautiful successes in our workshop. This has been your Motivational Monday. Bam! Own it. Own your truth. Deal with your stress in the ways that we talked about today, and you will live a freer life. And then you will vibrate at a higher level, and you will attract a better people, places, and things and experiences into your life. It's the guarantee. It's the way the universe is put together. It's not how I put it together. It's just how I have figured it out and understand it. And that's the way it is. It's the universal principle of vibration and attraction. And we are making it happen so that we can change your career and your life. Joanne, you are welcome. And ladies, it's been a brilliant time seeing you and being with you for this time. Have a lovely rest of your day, a beautiful week, and please focus on feeling your feelings. Focus on working with your breath. Focus on all the beautiful things that you want to attract and bring into your life, and that's how I want you to attach meaning to things. It's bringing you closer to that. See you at mofaul.com. This is Mo Faul, your kick-ass career coach. Bring your soul to work to land your dream job in life. We'll see you next time.